Gundam style, everyone. Welcome to Wow Cool Robot, a Gundam podcast. I am, as always, Audrey. My pronouns are they, them, and she, her. And also, as always, I am in the studio here with Max and Argyle.
Hi, I'm Max. I use he, him pronouns.
I'm Argyle, also he, him. Thank you.
Hey, this new island that we're on's pretty fucked up, huh?
It's pretty fucked up. They're fucking up a real actual-ass island.
President Wong, Fortnite Island.
This is just fucking... Pegasus saw this and it's like, I think I can do it a little bit better.
Now, what if they were all children?
Wait, get this. What if I killed them with cards and also bullets from my security force rather than giant robots? And they had no way to defend themselves.
It'd be pretty sick having like a card-based Gundam though. Like sort of themed around that.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm
It's
Googled Yu-Gi-Oh!
Alliance.
That's just the Shuffle Alliance's Gundams, dum-dum.
Goddamn. I've Googled Yu-Gi-Oh! Gundam to see if I can, like, see anything. I've done this before, and all I can find is this one person who's made, like, some Gunpla kit bashes of these, like, the specific archetype of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that's, like, mech girls.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
As
we
well...
love more Allenbys.
Yeah, right. As well as just, like, Gundams painted to look like certain Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards of, like, mech suits that look kind of similar to Gundams.
Yeah.
But not fan art of, like, a Gundam that's supposed to look like Yami or anything like that.
Right.
Maybe I have to be the change I wish to see in the world if I want that to become a reality.
Yeah, have fun translating that hair.
That can be the hair's beams.
Yeah, that's where all the beams come out, with the tips of each. 5 beams come out of each tip of the Gundam's hair.
Oh, no, actually, no, shit. Well, the yellow part of his hair, that's just the V-fin.
That's the V-fin, and then, the pink bits, that's beams. Yeah, we solved it.
Okay, we've done it, and of course its beam weapon is a beam dual disc on its wrist. Easy. Bingo. TM. Copyright Wild Cool Robot 2021, do not steal. Original character.
Where does the puzzle fit into this?
The puzzle is the jewel on the chest, and...
Please tell me that it's the jewel on the chest that expands the Gundam and makes it taller.
Oh, yeah, you fucking... You pop it, it does like a unicorn psycho frame reveal destroyer mode sequence where the armor shifts apart and it gets like about 1 meter in height, which, the Gundam's already 20 meters tall, so it's negligible, but it's still taller.
Yeah.
Damn.
Bigger than before.
Bigger Yugi theory.
Okay, enough about Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, wrong podcast. That's not this.
If you want to hear more about Yu-Gi-Oh!, there's about 150 episodes of Pot of Greed you can listen to.
150 episodes of fun. Oh man, I'm sad I'm gonna miss the 150th, but it'd be like that sometimes.
You'll just have to be around for the 200th.
Yeah.
And the 250th and the 300th until we die.
Yep.
Hey, speaking of dying.
Yeah. Episode 40 is a ruthless fight, Schwartz's last match. Domon is set to fight against Schwartz to determine the overall winner of the individual matches. Prime Minister Wong has a ring rigged with 5,000 timed bombs set to explode after 10 minutes, just in case there is no winner determined by that time. Just before the match, Domon learns of Rain's resignation. After following him to his hangar, Rain has joined up with Schwartz to represent Neo Germany. The match starts and Domon gets pummeled by Schwartz. After a while, Schwartz decides to end the fight because Domon repeatedly proclaims that he needs nobody but himself. Faced with certain defeat, Domon finally realizes that he needs his friends and, above all, Rain to win not only the match, but his fight against Devil Gundam. The secret is love. Schwartz attacks and Domon uses the Sekiha Tenkyoken that Master Agent just taught him to defeat him. He is too late though, and the ring explodes. When the smoke clears, Domon is victorious, and he tearfully embraces Rain. Schwartz, on the other hand, has been badly injured, and the Pandemics have to take off his mask, revealing that Schwartz is really Kyoji Kashu.
Brother! I appreciate... Liquid. I appreciate that the show has been so insistent on, like, not actually revealing Schwartz to be Kyoji until Domon sees him for himself.
Dude,
like, everyone else knew.
Beating you over the head with it. Like, hey, do you get it yet? Do you get it? And then they finally just tell you.
Don't check our credits. Don't Google Translate Schwartzbruder.
Yeah.
And even then, they don't really, and nobody's quite sure until episode 42.
Exactly,
Even after he gets unmasked in this one.
We have to hear him say it for himself, otherwise we can't really be sure. He
might just be a weird German guy that looks like my brother and has like the exact same vibes as him.
Impossible to say.
That's just how Germans are. My first note here is in the Stalker intro. He's talking about Domon, like Master Asia teaching Domon Sekiya Tenkyoken, and he's like, some strange things sure can happen. Yeah, buddy, that's the whole fucking show, innit?
Yeah. Again,
it's just Stalker.
You see this shit? Master Asia passing on his technique to his pupil is, in fact, very far from the strangest thing that has happened in this show.
In this episode's even.
In this episode, yeah.
After this flashback intro and Stalker yelling, episode at you, we see Wong's chessboard is completely in shambles. I think this boy is having a little bit too many temper tantrums, you ask me.
Wong looks over at Master Asia and he's like, bro, I just had the best idea. And he's like, yeah, go on. He's like, I'm gonna televise murder.
This is fucking... Much like how Pegasus got the idea of his Fortnite Island from watching Wong's Fortnite Island, Kaiba got the idea of Death Tea by watching Wong do this shit.
This is... I was about to say, this is just Death Tea.
He's like, what if I just exploded people live on national television? And everyone knew I did it. I'm not holding any secrets. I'm not being coy about it. I am declaring that there are, like, 50,000 tons of bombs that I'm going to put into this ring, and they have 10 minutes before they get exploded to death. How cool is that shit?
Yeah, look, it's fine. I told them beforehand that there's bombs there.
Yeah.
If they don't want to do the fight, they can just leave. You know, I'm not forcing them. I'm not holding a gun to them. I'm just saying, if you don't finish the fight in 10 minutes, you're both gonna die. Look, look.
I'm not holding a gun to them. I'm just holding 50,000 bombs to them. What do you want from me?
50,000 bombs?
And an electronic, like, barbed wire net around the whole ring that they can't get out of. No big deal. Like, come on. I do this every day.
Yeah, I really wanted to do the math, and I know I can do the math given enough time. I watched the episodes, like, today, so I didn't have enough time to do this. But, like, I'm like, 50,000 bombs, like, there's a shot where you see, like, it's like a shot, like a 3/4 view from above, where you can see God and Spiegel Gundam, like, standing up, and you can calculate, like, the height of them versus, like, the dimensions of the cage to calculate, like, the density of bombs for the cage, because, like, 50,000 bombs is a wildly high number.
Yeah, no, it is a lot of explosives for,
it seems like a lot.
Frankly, not that much space.
Yeah, I mean, and we've seen it.
And the explosion doesn't seem that drastic for how many bombs there are.
Compared to a different explosion this episode? Fuck. Yeah. Anyway, and you know, Wong's like, well, if they die, whatever. If they don't die, whatever. I still have a little something, and the camera pans, like, through the floor, I guess, and we see Alan B is in her Kyle XY tube.
Yeah.
It's normal, you know, she's vibing.
Yeah, he's just like, hey... I can use this as an excuse to get rid of those two, my two biggest obstacles, and then I can just use Allenby for the Dark Gundam for whatever it is that she needs to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna live forever.
Damn, he sure is.
Yeah. So, Master Asia's, like, not thrilled about this.
No.
Obviously, because he's incredibly fed up with the bullshit, and again, this is such an antagonistic relationship at this point anyway. But we cut over to Domon, who is on the boat, his houseboat, and he gets an urgent missive from Dr. Mikamura.
Well, before he gets that, we do see that he's standing with Argo, seeing Andrew Graham off, and, like, yes. Andrew Graham is in a sling and he's wearing sunglasses, and it's like, it's very much, I will take no questions from the media at this time, thank you.
Yeah, I think we didn't mention it last time because there was so much else going on in the last episode, but Graham survived, but he's never going to fight again.
Yeah, no, we mentioned it at the end of the last episode.
He has sustained chronic injuries from Allenby just rocking his shit.
Yeah, he died, but he's fine.
That will prevent him from ever participating in a Gundam fight ever again.
Yeah,
honestly, he's probably better off.
He's returning to Neo Canada for a rehabilitation program, but, like, he's still, he's never fighting again. He throws a peace sign and then disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm about to head out.
I mean, again, he's probably way better off without being in a Gundam for the rest of his life.
And now he's, like, emotionally stable as well. Honestly, he's come up on top here.
He got over it. He's good.
Yeah, look, he can start dating again.
Ah, plenty of fish in the sea, eh?
As we learn from this episode, the answer is love, folks. So
the answer sure is love. This is just Yu-Gi-Oh again. It's just love and friendship.
So he gets this urgent missive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hey, Rain has fucking resigned. And
is this allowed?
Domon's like, what do you mean? And Domon's like, oh my god, who could have imagined
whose fault is this?
Rain that me telling Rain that she had no place on the Japanese crew would lead to her quitting the Japanese crew.
We're all looking for the guy who did this.
Shocked Pikachu face.
There's a lot of, throughout these episodes, there's a lot of people wearing hot dog suits and saying we're all looking for the guy who did this.
Fucking hell.
Corrado reads out the letter and it's basically just, I'm sick of being abused by Domon, I'm leaving, goodbye. And that's it.
Yeah, it's fucking, and like, even until the very end of the episode, Domon's like, wow, that fucking shitheel Rain, how dare she not put up with my verbal abuse of her and physical abuse.
Quitting right now.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, it's fine.
Yeah,
because...
did you even think for a second, Rain, how this would affect me? You quitting after I yelled at you?
God.
Come on.
To quit? After I explicitly told you to quit?
How could you do this to me?
So they're like, oh, Jesus, like, we need to get her. And they all like, the Japanese representatives all, like, pile into a car, and Urube has, like, assigned one of his crew members to assist Domon in the meantime, and Domon's like, this is so selfish of her, I can't believe it, and across from Dr. Mikumura is like, no, fuck you, it's selfish of you!
Yeah,
You're
fuck
the
you,
selfish
dude!
one!
Like, yeah, you are the one who caused this!
He's like, you pushed my daughter to her breaking point, and then she passed it. Like, this is on you. And Domon's like, hello? And Dr. Mikumura's like, I mean, it's... But I was like, hell yeah, dude, get his ass!
Yeah, Dr. Mikumura. Problematic, as we'll find out, but he's right.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, heartbreaking. Worst man he know made excellent.
Yeah, in this instance, he is absolutely correct.
But, like, in the car, Karato does introduce Domon, like Audrey said, to the new crew member, led by Officer Aquino, who's, like, great value brand Rain.
Yeah.
Right.
Just another cute brunette, I guess. Mm-hmm. Not the same.
Call her Hale, because she's just,
Domon, this is your new crew chief, Drizzle.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
She's just a generic Rain.
She's really good if you have some Pokemon with Swift Swim on your team.
Yeah. Domon, I put a Pelipper in charge of fixing up your Gundam.
Damn, I wish.
Rain is sadly walking the streets. You know, it's playing the fucking George Michael, Charlie Brown, sad Peanuts music. She sees the news about the final Gundam fight before the Battle Royale, and she's like...
The Japan limo does speed by her, and nobody... neither of them notice, of course.
No, very sad. And when she sees the news of the fight, she's like, this doesn't concern me anymore. And she looks around, and who could she see but fucking Kyoji walking into an alley.
Yeah,
she spots Kyoji, and she's just, like, not very concerned about it. She's like, hey, that looks like Kyoji.
Yeah. She's like, oh, hey, Kyoji, we thought you were dead.
Yeah, she's like, holy shit, it's Kyoji, what the fuck? His evil brother, I thought he was dead. She's just like, hey, Kyoji, wait, hold up. Yeah. It's like she hasn't seen him in a few years, and she's like, hey, she's about to ask him to go, like, eat lunch with her or something.
Yeah, she's, like, mildly surprised at most. And he goes into an alley, she follows him, and she ends up in a hangar, and, like, lightning strikes, and she looks up and she sees, Gundam Spiegel's here. And then we get the most fucking, like...
Do you get it?
Do you get it? What could it mean? And we get the most tender scene imaginable here.
I love this scene.
This rules. Schwartz is here. He's, like, up on the rafters doing German ninja shit. And, like, it's playing this nice lounge piano music as he, like, tenderly pours her tea, and she just pours her heart out to him.
Yeah, I love him pouring
so I do want
coffee.
to point out that Schwartz is fully masked as usual in the scene and does pour them both a cup of coffee or tea.
Yeah,
and
he just
like,
he slurps it through.
Have you seen the things this man can do?
Yeah, he lifts the cup up to his mask and just kind of slurps through it.
There's like honestly a really like I'm surprised they haven't done a gag where he's like eating a hot dog or something, and then like he just has it in his hand, and then you cut to another shot, and half of it's gone, and you don't know where it went. You never see him eat it. Yeah, he's a ninja. He can just do that. He can just drink it.
I mean, he can no-clip. He can do fucking anything. I guess he can no-clip tea into his mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, Rain's, like, sort of complaining about Domon to him, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm being so rude. You must be so bored. And Schwartz is just like, oh, that's so like Domon, a martial artist who can only communicate with his fist. You know, like, talk about how Domon wouldn't really be able to connect with Rain. And once again, Rain is like, wow, this warmth coming from Schwartz, it's so similar to Kyoji.
Yeah, this time she's able to put her finger on it and be like, hey, wait a second, this is Kyoji. This is the exact same vibes I got from Kyoji.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
What could it mean?
But ultimately, at the end of it, she's like, man, this guy sounds and feels like Kyoji. Wonder what that means. Oh, well.
Oh, well, let's not pursue it any longer. And all Schwartz says after this is like, hey, well, you know, if you're having a hard time, why don't you watch Domon from the other side?
Yeah.
Curious offer.
So, I want to point out here that the weather outside is like pouring rain at this point.
Yeah. Do you get it?
Do you get it?
Right, exactly. And so, like, back at the Japanese consulate or what hangar, I guess it is, at the Japanese hangar, Drizzle's like, hey, can you get in the cockpit? And Domon's like, no.
Never had to do that before.
Fuck no.
And she's like, all right, well, these are very different from the Rising Gundam. I'm not used to these controls.
Oh yeah, Rising Gundam's here. It's like, what if Shining Gundam had the opposite color scheme? Red instead of blue and blue instead of red.
Yeah, and that is Urube's.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is
not clear why he needs a Gundam.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe
he
it was
to fight
his...
the Dark Gundam.
I think it was his Gundam years ago. When
yeah,
he was
from
like...
back in the day when he fought the Ultimate Gundam.
No, his was, I think it was Yamato Gundam, or maybe Masters, whenever he fought for Neo Japan.
Whatever, he has a Gundam, it's Rising Gundam, it's here.
It certainly looks like Shining Gundam.
So she's like, listen, these are totally different than the controls I'm used to.
Can you please get into... from Ulube's Gundam, it doesn't have a name.
Yeah. And she's like, can you please get into cockpit? And he's like, good grief, yare yare,
yare yare.
And goes inside, and outside, Rain in the rain. What rain will she rain?
She's just sitting, like, in this fucking, like, trash dump, like, where all this mechanical debris is, and she's just watching Domon getting just drenched.
Yeah.
And she's like, he has a new engineer! No!
He has a new mechanic! No!
She looks like me, but worse. It's very sad. And the next morning, we cut to Domon training. And finally, since he's fought all the Shuffle lines, he can start hanging out with them again. So he's training, and they're all around him.
We're just watching. And, like, Karato is like, what? Wait, quit fucking around. Like, get ready to fight. We're about to battle. And Sai looks up and notices not Rain. And she's like, he's like, wow, who's that beautiful woman? Damn, Domon, your new support crew's kind of hot.
Damn, Domon, not Rain sure is looking mighty juicy today.
I love how, like, Domon's like, I'm so upset about being dumped by my GF, gotta go show up in front of all of my BFs.
Yeah. And speaking of showing up, after Domon tells them that Rain's no longer with them, Schwartz appears on top of a pillar of water, like out of the ocean.
Yeah, he uses water spout.
Yeah. His HP is full, it does maximum damage.
I to be very clear here, not only does he show up in the water spout, he remains in this water spout like 10 feet in the air for the entirety of this scene.
Yeah, it's like Super Mario in a water level. You know, you got the water spouts you can jump on, but then they'll fall back into the water, so you gotta be quick.
It's fucking it's wonderful. And he's telling Domon, you're being foolish, you don't have a chance against either me or the Devil Gundam. And then he's like, introducing my new partner.
Well, first of all, before he introduces his new partner, he's like, if you can't beat me, then you can't beat the Devil Gundam. And like all the Shuffle Alliance are like, he has a point. Like if none of us can beat him individually, then we're probably pretty fucked,
we should probably pack it up if we can't beat this guy.
Yeah, and Domon's like, it's cool, guys, it's fine. Don't bother my forward weed-smoking boyfriends. I'm gonna take you on and I'll win.
Yeah.
And then he's like, anyway, introducing my new associate, They calling me Miss Steal Your Girl because
Er steal your girl.
Oh, that's fucking good.
Steal your Frau.
The camera zooms in and it's just Rain clearly, but she's wearing Schwartz's like spiked trench coat and she's wearing the fucking jester mask with the German colors. This is such a fucking choice look.
It's extremely funny.
What is like really super funny about this is how effective a disguise this is for. I mean, we've already said that it's Kyoji, so how effective this disguise has been for Kyoji and how not effective it is for Rain at all.
I know.
I mean, to be fair, it's like her whole hair is just sticking out.
Yeah, she did a bad job. She didn't get her wig cap on quite right.
Yeah, right. It's so... And everyone's like, Rain, what are you doing? But, you know, she's his enemy now. And she, like, must watch the match with a closed heart. And,
yeah,
you know, no one...
that's what she says as the match starts, is that from now on, Domon and I are enemies. I won't feel anything as I watch this German ninja man beat the shit out of him.
Friendship
infatuation
ended with Domon.
Over with Domon. Now infatuated with Domon's secret brother.
Oh god. Yeah, and the fight begins. We got 10 minutes on the clock on that very nice Gundam clock.
This is like deranged.
This is insane.
The entire production of this is insane because, like, all the media is like, yeah, this is a normal thing to do. Okay, not to talk about other bad franchises that I'm very much involved with, but this is basically the same feeling as the opening of Saw 3D, the sixth Saw movie, which starts with a public Saw game. Where, like, there's three people, like, behind, like, bulletproof glass, but it's, like, in a public square, and, like, an entire crowd of people watches this woman die. And it's like, this is what this feels like.
Well, yeah, but instead of Jigsaw, you know, just some guy, it's the president of the universe. So, I mean, he can do whatever he wants, and there's nothing they can do to stop him unless they win the Gundam fight.
But more importantly, no one wants to. Like, no one sees any issue with this. Everyone's like, fuck yeah, bombs!
It's a good show.
Let's fucking go!
It's like a universe where everyone is that kind of NASCAR fan that's like, I just want to watch the crashes.
Yeah.
But everyone is like
yeah, I mean,
that.
people get fucked up and die in the Gundam fight all the damn time, so this is nothing new.
Bloodthirsty.
Yeah, but it's not government mandated.
Yeah, you know.
Domon is not doing well in this fight, to say the least.
He's getting the shit kicked out of him.
He can't fucking lay a finger on this German ninja.
Speaking of fingers, Schwartz, like, at one point is just standing on Domon's, to taunt him.
And, like, the entire time you have this clock counting down, it's like, God, I love 24.
Schwartz is just throwing him around. Like, at one point, Domon is just, like, fucking on the ground, and Schwartz is kicking him, like, hey, come on, get up, come on, I want to beat the shit out of you some more. And Domon finally gets mad and realizes, hey, wait a second, I have a secret move I can use. And he goes to activate the burning finger, but it doesn't work, because his new crew member fucked up the hyper mode circuits, and it shorted out.
It's such a weird excuse. It's just like, the fucking wires, they're bad. Sorry. We tried to build your PC, but we put the fucking, we put the motherboard in backwards. Sorry, Domon,
no.
can't use your cool finger this time.
Anyway, you like Dreidel? You like Beyblade?
Yeah, let it rip. Schwartz sure does.
Schwartz has a move as, like, Domon is trying to get his bearings, called Storm and Drung, which is, like, very funny.
Yes, that is fucking...
I love using, like, this naturalist philosophy as your final move. But yeah,
this is the same move he used to fuck up that waterfall back in the Guyana Highlands.
True.
Right, but it's better here because this is truly Beyblade where it's, like, bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he just spin real good, and he, like, bounces off the walls, and he's like, I'm gonna fuck your shit up, and he does.
He does. He fucking pins Domon to the wall, and, you know, Domon, like, gets knocked down to the ground, and, you know, Schwartz is, like, standing on him, and he's like, Domon, you haven't changed one bit. You're the same as you were back then. Back then. That bit goes on for way longer than I thought.
You guys are actually not doing it correctly, because you guys were getting softer. It gets more aggressive. It's like, back then.
Yeah. So Domon has a flashback at this point to who else but Kyoji. Back when Domon was just a little teeny tiny baby.
He's baby. This is so cute. I love Lil
just
Domon.
a little creature.
Kyoji, however, was not. He was the same.
Yeah, how the fuck? How much older than Domon is Kyoji?
It's fucking like
I think
20 years.
I think Kyoji's supposed to be about like 7 years older than him.
Yeah,
because if he was like 10 here and Kyoji was 17, that would track.
All right, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah,
I'll go with that.
All right. So yeah, the Kyoji has him like he's giving him a piggyback ride across this big rickety drawbridge, and Domon's scared. He's scared. He says, "Oh no, I'm scared. I'm gonna fall off." And Kyoji says, "No, look, don't worry about it. Just look forward. Look over there. Mom and Dad are over there. I'm right here. You're not alone. You just you need to have enough faith in your heart to like trust in somebody else."
Yeah, he's like, stop looking down, only look at what's ahead of you, and like believe in someone else, and like stop worrying about it.
Yeah.
And fucking finally, after 40 episodes of this shit, well, less because we haven't met Schwartz in episode 1, but Domon's like, Masaka, don't tell me.
Hold on.
And
These vibes.
Nodding the fuck?
Vibes. What Schwartz has actually genuinely really touching words here, because he says, if you have the heart to believe in someone, there's nothing to fear. And he tells Domon to listen to the voice of his friends cheering him on. And, vignette of all the boys yelling for him. And then Domon's like, most importantly.
Hey.
And, God, this scene.
Listeners, I did tear up. Didn't cry, but I did get a little misty-eyed here.
I do want to point out before we get into this, we do also see Baby Rain. And she took the picture. She took the photograph.
Yes, I love that little reveal there.
Yeah, that Domon was showing to everybody at the beginning of the show. So
Domon realizes two things here. One is how many people love him, because first, again, he does see all the rest of the Shuffle Alliance, and they all are together, and together they say, Domon Kashu! And then he goes, and most importantly, Rain. And he has all these images of Rain, and he realizes first how many people love him. But then more importantly, actually, he realizes how many people he loves.
Yes.
And it's like, love is the answer, folks. And if there was any ambiguity about it whatsoever in the moment, he finds new resolve and stands up and is ready to face Schwartz, and he's like, I know for the first time what I'm fighting for. And Schwartz responds to him by going,
yes.
Then I'll see if I can defend myself against the strength of your love.
Yeah, yes. Fucking prove it. It's
against
sick.
Against you and Rain together, against your love. Literally just says it.
In the sub, it's against the strength of your love.
I believe he does also say that in the dub.
Oh, okay, which is just I'm just bye.
Mm-hmm.
And then they
Rain throws off the ninja mask.
They go at it one last time. And there's 10 seconds left on a clock. And you know what? It turns out 10 seconds actually isn't enough.
No, it really fucking wasn't enough, huh?
Yeah, no. Rain throws off the ninja mask. She does apologize to Domon. Saying she I felt left
Queen,
behind
lift your
because
head,
I don't know how to
I
didn't know how to communicate with my fists, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. And she walks Domon through repairing the hyper mode, the arm, and he is able to reactivate it, and do some sick shit.
Yeah, they do the Godfinger speech. Of course, Schwartz continues it. Domon does a new technique, Godfinger Sekiha Tekkyoken. I don't know how it's different from the first time, but it's a new move, I guess.
Burning finger combined with Sekiha Tekkyoken.
Yeah, and Schwartz grinds up against
it. It's a Kamehameha.
Yeah, pretty fucking much. And the bombs do go off.
The bombs do go off is the thing about it.
Doesn't look good, Chief.
Meanwhile, on the side, Wong's having, the time of his life. He's like, I don't care that he's better! Good night, Mr. Coconut! And the bombs go off. He's like, yes!
Yes!
And the smoke...
And, Master Asia's on the side, I hate you so fucking much, bro!
Yeah!
Yeah, just trying to melt a hole in Wong's head with his eyes.
There's a ton of smoke pouring out everywhere, but after a little while, the God Gundam flies out of it, and everyone's cheering and hooting and hollering.
Flying the sky.
It is flying in the sky. And then we look down. We see Schwartz in the Spiegel Gundam's cockpit collapses, and Domon lands and runs out.
Schwartz says before he collapses, "Good job, Domon. You're not alone."
Good job, Domon, my brother.
He has fucking finally realized that there's a lot of people supporting you. I can finally die.
Change the world. My final message.
Die now.
Yeah. Domon lands, and he's running towards Schwartz, I guess, but then Rain gets up on stage and he's like, "Oh, Rain!" And he runs towards her and ignores Schwartz for a second.
This is the funniest part where he's like, "Oh shit, Schwartz, are you okay?" Because he sees Schwartz collapse.
Yeah.
He sees him face down into dirt saying, "This doesn't hurt." And he's like, "Oh shit." And then Rain's like, "Doma!" And he's like, "Never mind, I gotta tearfully reunite with my girlfriend."
Yeah.
It's so nice. They tearfully reunite and they embrace each other, and it's even Master Age is kind of proud, but he's also just this is good. I can use Domon
this
for
is
my
good.
purposes.
I've had a
He's
realization.
strong.
I can use someone. He doesn't really specify. He just says someone else. Ooh, he's got new plans. But also Wong has plans. But also Schwartz is dying.
Yeah, Schwartz very much is dying, and the medical team arrives, and Rain is Domon, Schwartz was the one looking after you all along, and Domon's like, "Oh shit, Schwartz!" And he runs over.
Yeah, he runs over, and the paramedics are like, "We need to get an oxygen mask on him ASAP. Take off his mask." And so they remove his mask. It's fucking Kyoji.
Hey, it's Kyoji Kashu, Domon's long lost brother.
And literally the episode ends with "It was you,
Kyoji.
Kyoji happy this time. It's not Kyoji derogatory anymore.
I don't know if he's happy. He seems pretty distraught.
Well, he's happy at first, but then when Kyoji I thought Kyoji died here, but he didn't, because he's alive in the next episode. But I thought, when he's, passes out, Domon's like, "Fuck!" And it does, the painted end, where he's, screaming at Kyoji's body.
Yeah.
He died, but he's fine. It's a DG
He died,
cells,
but he's
baby.
fine. His last thing that he says is, "Be careful of that island." And Domon does not interpret this at all foolishly. Not that it would matter, but it's just very funny. He's like, "Oh," later, he's like, "Oh, that's what he meant about the island." Huh. That's episode.
That is episode.
Next up, Mobile Fighter G Gundam episode 41. Battle Royale begins. Devil Gundam revived. It's the morning of the Battle Royale. Domon and Rain try to get into the hospital where Schwartz is being kept so they can confirm if he is indeed Kyoji. Rain tells Domon she has a plan to infiltrate, but he has to go off and fight in the Battle Royale. They share a tender moment before he departs, with Domon saying that he has to tell Rain something after he returns from the battle. Domon leaves to attend the Battle Royale ceremony, where we see all the final combatants, including Master Asia, the defending champ. As the Battle Royale begins, the Shuffle Alliance fight each other as Domon easily takes out Zeus Gundam. As the Battle Royale progresses, the Devil Gundam's tendrils control and revive the destroyed fighters, sending them back into the fray stronger than ever. Meanwhile, Rain learns that Schwarzbruder is indeed Kyoji, although he has been somehow turned into a DG cell android despite him being human at the beginning of the Gundam fight. Back on the island, Wong finally plays his hand and reveals a nearly fully formed Devil Gundam as Master Asia once more challenges Domon by sending Neros Gundam, now transformed into Gundam's Heaven's Sword, to fight him. What a hell.
Damn.
Yeah.
This episode, everything happens so much. I mean, that's the whole show, but we're really in the end. We're really in it now, Mr. Krabs. This is, oh baby.
Yeah, we're elbow deep in it.
I like how this episode starts with reusing footage from the opening as we see all the Shuffle Alliance members looking into the sky.
We get a lot of OP shots in these next two episodes.
So we get introduced to Lantau Island, which is where we get
an actual ass map of Hong Kong to show this.
Yeah, it's an island of an island. And Domon and Rain, we see them in the hospital because he's yelling for Kyoji, demanding to see him. And I don't know if this is the military police or if this is the German consulate who are holding him at gunpoint, telling him to fuck off.
I think
do we know?
Germans.
I think it's Hong Kong. I think it's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's Wong exerting his power.
I mean, maybe, but I don't think Wong doesn't know. I feel like Wong would want to kill Kyoji in the hospital if this were the case.
Right, but that's why he would want to keep people out of, well, yeah, I guess. I mean, he can only do murder if it's in giant robots.
That's
I
the
feel like
legal
one of the guys
loophole.
looks specifically German.
Okay, maybe it's German.
I feel like I saw a German flag, or he looked close enough to maybe it's just the
Aryan?
coat. I think it was the coat he was wearing. Yeah, he's blonde, but like
their coats, I think, are the same color scheme as Schwartz's, so I think that's what it is.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
at least the lead guy.
Yeah, the guy with the sunglasses. Rain pulls him back and tells him that she has a plan, and they end up meeting in the courtyard. And Rain is telling Domon that she's able to get in. You know, she can sneak in. And then she this is another tender moment. She grabs him and holds his hand and interlocks their fingers together. And she tells him to promise that he'll return alive.
The answer is love, folks.
The answer is love, and don't. This next line gets me so good because Domon's like, I have something to tell you when I get back, and I'm like, it is so fucking obvious what you're gonna tell her, but just say it now, Domon, please. Just say it now, Domon. Tell her you love her.
On God, I hate shonen protagonists.
Go to fucking therapy. Learn how to effectively communicate. It's not that hard. Oh God.
It's romantic. He's got to wait until after he wins the Gundam fight. Come on.
That's true. But yeah, he has to leave. And once again, the morning of the battle, everyone is cheering. The entire city is gathered together to hoot and holler and root for all this.
So,
we get this
go ahead, Max, because I think what you're saying is...
Yeah, I was going to say, we get a fun montage of all of these space colonies. This is very silly.
Yeah, these are some of the most ridiculous space colonies we've seen.
Yeah.
Obviously we've seen America, that just looks like Las Vegas. Japan
right.
it's just Japan. France is a giant bouquet. So the next ones I assume are in order: Neo-India, Neo-Greece, and Neo-Portugal. Neo-India just looks like the Discworld. It is 4 elephants holding a big flat plane and they are standing on top of a big turtle. Neo-Greece is just a big Greek temple.
Yeah.
Gigantic Greek temple. And
You thought the Parthenon was big? Buddy.
Buddy. And again, I am assuming this is Neo-Portugal. And it would make sense because Neo-Portugal is Jester Gundam is in the Battle Royale. It's a giant fucking ship in a bottle, on top of a chunk of land in space.
It's so fucking funny. And the fact that it's not just that, but it also has the walls of an O'Neill cylinder that's what we see in regular normal UC Gundam space colonies.
Is that what that is? I was wondering what those were.
I feel like the design of the space colonies was probably made a competition to way Olympic logo designs are. You know?
But people live on these things.
Yeah, they're like, what do we want to represent our nation? And Portugal was fuck it. Over in Lisbon, they were yeah, fuck it. Bottle. Do it.
Bottle. Remember the Age of Exploration?
Hell yeah.
We brought one of those big ships. We did that.
We did that. Fuck Spain.
Fuck Spain. It's so silly.
Fuck you, Toro Gundam.
We also get, montage of all the fighters. It's nice.
Before we get the montage of the fighters.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, hey, remember how it looked like Master Asia seemed to be kind of cool again? Well, bad news, folks.
Just kidding.
Bad news, folks. He's down with the Devil Gundam, and he's like, Devil Gundam, my beloved.
Pretty much.
I can't wait for you and I to create a new world together. And Wong's watching them on CCTV.
And he's like, not if I create a new world first, old man.
Yeah, he was like, eat my ass, Master East.
I'm gonna fuck the Dark Gundam first.
Yeah.
Please do not fuck the Devil Gundam. Too late.
Buddy, they won't even let me fuck it.
Yeah. So, Master Asia's back to being a shitheel, unfortunately.
And he does still have dying disease. We want you to know that.
Yeah, he does still have dying disease, but he's like, it doesn't matter if I die or if it doesn't even benefit me. I'm going to create a new world with you, my beloved Devil Gundam. It's God damn it, dude. We had so much nice growth over the last couple episodes, but okay.
I love my thick Gundam. Not a lot of people. Some people make fun of me, but, she's mine. She's my devil. My little devil.
God.
Jesus fucking Christ. So, yeah, so it cuts over from this to, the intro of all the fighters, and there's, they all show off. They all have, their little intros with their, crews. There's a couple things that I do want to point out. One is that, Sai, she's the first one to be introduced.
After Domon.
What? After Domon, yes. And Zezuen and Keun are there as well. And Zezuen says, "We shall honor your death if it comes to that." Hey, bro.
Read the room, buddy.
Oh, I think they just say lost in the dub.
Oh
They're
no,
not like-
it's his death, because it's specifically that line that Chibity picks up on, where he's like, so immediately following that, Chibity introduces himself, and he's on his surfboard, his mecha surfboard.
Yeah, I remember this line. Maybe they did say death in
And
the dub.
Chibity's like, hell yeah, this is a good thing to die for, like, to put your life on the line for. And it's like, can you all chill out, please?
Homie.
Yeah. And Chibity's like, he's like, Janet, Shirley, Kath, Bunny, this is no dream. I'm going to become the big one. I like that. He's the big one now. It's confirmed.
It's the name of his dick.
Argo, we see George like swearing to Marie Louise, and
I will say, George has a very promising future as a stage magician if this Gundam fighter thing doesn't work out.
Fucking honestly.
He like pledges himself to, Marie Louise again and says, and also like to Neo France mostly, saying like, I will honor our nation or whatever. And he like jumps back. He does the same thing that he did in like the first time we saw him, where he's not actually in Rose Gundam, he's just on it.
Yeah.
And he like jumps back onto Rose Gundam, and then he like shoots a rose towards Marie Louise, so it just like ends up perfectly in her hair, like resting on her ear. Powerful career in stage magic.
The sleight of hand is unreal. Argo's nice. Argo, he swears he's gonna do it for himself, for his friends, and for Natasha. Aw.
Yes, Nastasha.
I'm so obsessed with her.
God, me too. Neros and John Bull Gundam burst out of the ocean, and everyone's like, how are you not dead yet? Come on. And even Master Asia appears, the reigning champ on Funsaki.
And Domo tries to kill him right there.
The fight hasn't started yet, and Domo wants to get a pot shot in.
You know what? Everyone else is fucking cheating. Why not him?
Yeah,
if you want to come at the king, you best not miss. And he does miss. And Master's like, fuck you. You're going to have to wait until the end of the fight, dumbass.
Yeah.
Also, Domon definitely spots Allenby in rage mode.
Yeah, she's pissed as hell.
And he's just like, well, not going to ruin my day.
Yeah, I'm staying in my lane.
Gonna ignore that.
Well, okay, so she flashes by in, like, a blink of the eye. And he's, like, almost like, wait, was that fucking Allenby? Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. Oh, fuck, dude.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, yeah. We haven't even had to deal with her yet, don't worry.
I've got a more important fish to fry. Which is this fucking Fortnite fight. And it is just Fortnite. They're all dropped on the island. They're ringed in by the beam ropes. And whoever's the last man standing wins.
The best part is that the Shuffle Alliance immediately finds each other. Like, the first two fights that happen here are Sai Shi versus Argo, and Chibity and George versus George, because they finally have let Chibity and George out of their get-along shirt so they could go apeshit on each other.
They've gotten out of the shirt, but they're still drawn to each other, so they just have to fight.
Mm-hmm. It's very choice, and they're fighting, and Domon eventually... Who else but Markalot is here to, like, get revenge?
Domon's like, fuck all of this, I'm going straight to Master Asia.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm making beeline to Master Asia, who's, like, standing on a hill being like, come get me.
Come get me.
Someone come fuck this.
Come fuck this, come fuck this.
So, he makes, like, a beeline for that.
He is riding Funsaki. He's just allowed to do that. I guess when Markalot gets the chariot, Master can have the horse.
True.
Ain't no law in the Gundam fight saying that you can't have two distinct Gundams.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's not... I can't imagine there's a horse controlling that one. I think it's more automated. He doesn't seem to mind when he gets cut in half entirely.
Oh, the actual horse is dead. He went to the glue factory.
True.
That's like the third horse that's died in the course of this
But no, I mean, Markalot. Markalot is not a real horse.
Yeah, no.
Because it doesn't have back legs. That's how you know.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, exactly. And
a horse would not know how to operate wheels.
Yeah.
Well, Funsaki would, but Funsaki is a special horse.
Yeah, he's a very smart boy. He's a lot of intelligence for a horse. Markalot is here for revenge, and Demon's just like, I don't fucking have time for this.
I don't fucking have time for this, and neither do the animators, because they reuse a lot of shots for this.
They really do. You can tell it's from their first fight. And Domon eventually, he cuts the whole horse in half, hot dog style. And then Mark Lot, goes out in the Zeus Gundam, and Domon just one shots it with fucking. Does he use God Hand on it?
He used God Dash.
Yes, he uses the Burning Slash. That's it.
He just fucks it up in one go, and he doesn't destroy it, but he's like, sorry I had to do this. You're not my fight. Goodbye. And Domon leaves, and the camera stays on Zeus Gundam because as it pans down, we got some sour sketty coming up out of the ground, ready to implant bad vibes into Zeus Gundam.
Yeah,
some rancid spaghetti.
I had 2 notes very quickly here, which was, I think he is dead, followed by, oh shit, for real though.
Yeah, I think the Devil Gundam Minor did killed him right here.
Yeah, he gets eated.
He does get eated.
I made you a Zeus Gundam, but then I eated it.
God. We don't have time to dwell on that, though, because we cut back to the hospital. Rain has disguised herself as a nurse and is able to walk in, no problemo. The soldiers still point guns at her, but she's just they're like, what are you doing here? And she's like, I'm here to check on the patient. And the main German guy who...
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Yeah, she doesn't disguise her face at all. She doesn't even wear glasses, and he's just like, oh, the nurse, very well, come on in. I don't know. He probably saw her, not an hour ago. Regardless, she goes in. But she doesn't really have time to investigate because she hears some voices, and she has to hide around the corner. And it's one of the doctors who's brought in. Who else but Dr. Mikamura? And the reason that Dr. Mikamura is brought in because he's an expert on cybernetics. What could this mean?
Well... We get a shot of Schwartz's side, and this man is a DG cell robot.
He got a gash.
Yeah, so Dr. Mikamura comes in, he's like, all right, I understand you need an expert on cybernetics. Why? And he looks down at this, wound, which is just, open. This open wound
damn.
that's just, stuffed with, coils and
miscellaneous
wires,
robot parts.
Yeah, wires and circuit boards. And he's like, hey, what the fuck? And then he, slowly pans up, and then bass boosted goes, hey, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
As he sees Kyoji's face.
This is a lot.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, this is kind of weird. We called you in, obviously. This man's a robot. But the thing is, Schwartz was always a masked fighter, but the Gundam Fight Commission did confirm that he was a human. So this is a thing. This is a thing that they have to do. Apparently, I'm not sure how they did that because Robo Schwartz has been shown to have blood. So I don't know. Anyways, so they're like, yeah, this must not be the same Schwartz. He must have become an android at some point.
That's how that works.
We just called you in to see, I don't know, maybe you could figure it out. We don't know. We're doctors.
Look at these bits, Dr. Mikamura. You explain it. Look at his bits.
He's got hexagons all over him. We don't know nothing about those.
The funniest thing about this to me is, the fact that they try to explain it says, yeah, he was human when the tournament started, which, raises so many more questions.
Well, we do get answers for it eventually.
Yeah, these will be answered.
I do
all these questions and more.
The answer for how Schwartz was human at the start of this and is now Robot Kyoji is a very good answer. And I'm excited for us to get to it. It's one of my favorite parts of this show.
Yeah. Before that, though, we go back to the island. Domon sees a big old explosion, and he follows it, and he finds Jester and Cobra Gundam just, completely thrashed. These guys are, super dead.
I do like this line from him, who has been, regularly exploding Gundam's hull with heat and being like, there's no reason to fuck them up this much.
Seems unnecessary.
But, as he, looks around at the destruction, he hears the sound of hooves, and out comes Mark in a hot dog suit saying, we're all looking for the person who did this.
He died, but he got better. He's fine now.
Yeah, his eyes are glowing red as well as he's doing this. And he immediately goes to attack Domon, who notices, hey, hold on, this dude's way stronger than he was before. And his eyes are red, so that means he's been taken over by DG cells. So I guess that answers that.
Yeah.
And Wong watches this for a little bit, and he's like, all right, well, you want to know who's responsible for this? Which obviously Domon can't hear him, but he's, he likes talking to himself. Fuck it, I'll just show it off. And he summons the Dark Gundam.
I'm gonna live forever! Again. again. So I have to say, like, the animation here is like notably beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It is like
yeah, I did notice this. They
like
put a lot more frames into this.
Gorgeous animation here, and a lot more frames. Everything moves very fluidly, which helps make the Devil Gundam look even creepier and more like unnatural than usual.
Yeah.
Like using this like high quality like notably different quality animation from the rest of the episode just to like show the Devil Gundam rising from the ground and being like, "What's up, bitches?" It's like it's really an effective use of like that kind
establishing
of quality.
how like unreal this thing is.
Yeah.
Like, it is out of place. It does not belong here.
Yep. One of my favorite
really
shots.
unsettling.
One of my favorite shots is like before you see the actual head of it, you see like one of its like roots or trunks or whatever, and it's like you get such a sense of scale of this like gargantuan just like thing moving throughout the island that's like genuinely really, really scary.
Yeah, because this is causing quakes all over the place. Like boats are capsizing in the sea around the island. The whole fucking thing is getting uprooted. Like everybody can feel this and hear it and see it.
Yeah. My last note here is, so Master Asia is standing next to Devil Gundam, like at the top of a cliff, and he's like, "All right, Domon, come get me. But first I have a little task for you." And he sends Mikolo first after him. Mikolo's like, "What's up? I'm here. And I'm back and I'm better than ever because I'm DG celled to death." And
we do get before all this happens, we get just a short little scene at the hospital. The powers went out and all the doctors leave to just go investigate, but they leave Dr. Mikamura in there, and Rain is also hiding behind the machine still. And Dr. Mikamura immediately is like starts acting sus. And Kyoji is like, "Hey, what's up, Dr. Mikamura?"
Long time no see.
Yeah, like we confirmed that this is Kyoji.
Hey, Kyoji.
And that's when we cut to the scene with Master sending Mikolo out.
And Mikolo, and so like Mikolo starts attacking him, and like also implied in this is obviously Gentle Chapman as well. And what Domon says is Kisama, which is just like sort of like a derogatory curse term for someone like "you bastard" or whatever. But the way it got translated is "you freaks."
Yeah, he says "you freaks." I love that. I wrote that down.
Which I think is so funny.
God, I wish I remembered what he said in the dog.
Consequences.
I wish I remembered.
That's as much as I remember.
And that's about where the episode ends.
Yeah, fucking. We
I do want to point out. He says, "Hey, this hand of mine is burning red. Its bright cry tells me to defeat you alone." To Master Asia.
Very
sexy.
Nice. Yeah, and like that's when he kills Zeus Gundam again for like the 4th time.
Yeah,
they keep killing Zeus Gundam.
I think this writer has something to say about the Greek people.
And Master is like, "Hey, hold on, you can't fight the final boss yet. You got to do a boss rush. You got to do the boss rush." So here's Soaring Raven Gundam, one of the 4 kings of the Dark Gundam.
Yeah, we finally get the name of it. Soaring Raven or Gundam Heaven Sword for the dub or for the sub. We've seen it before. It's Mikolo's
can't
guy.
say heaven in the dub.
No, of course not. We can't say God, can't say heaven, can't say devil, evil. And that's the episode.
Yeah.
And Domon does finally realize, hey, wait a second, that was Mikolo the whole time.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. So that brings us right into episode 42. Assault of the 4 Evil Kings, Soaring Raven Gundam. Dr. Mikamura, acting sus, immediately goes to just murder Kyoji, but is stopped at the last second by Rain. Domon is fighting Mikolo. We get a few cuts back to this, it doesn't really matter. And Rain confronts Dr. Mikamura and asks him, like, hey, why are you doing this? Dr. Mikamura explains, or Kyoji actually explains, that the thing is, Dr. Mikamura is trying to kill anyone who knows the truth about the Dark Gundam, because it wasn't originally called the Dark or Devil Gundam, it was called the Ultimate Gundam, and Kyoji took it because when Ulube and Dr. Mikamura came in that day, they were trying to capture it for the military to use it for evil purposes. And Domon's mom took a bullet for Kyoji in the process, before Kyoji took off in the Ultimate Gundam to Earth. Dr. Mikamura did this out of a sense of jealousy towards Dr. Kashu, because he was always better than him, always correcting his mistakes, and he wanted to take Dr. Kashu's research for himself at any cost, and that is why they got Domon and Rain to join the Gundam fight to recapture the Dark Gundam for the Japanese military. Kyoji leaves to join the Gundam fight, or to do whatever it is he needs to do. Argo and Saisaishi join up with Domon to fight Mikolo and the Soaring Raven Gundam, and use a triple Gaia Crusher to form a path for Domon to escape while they take on Mikolo. They are able to take him down, but in the process, they are consumed by the explosion from Mikolo's Gundam and are presumably killed. Domon swears to defeat Master once again, but Master sends Gentle Chapman after him before he can actually fight him. That's the end of the episode.
Not like this.
I teared up again here. It keeps happening, bro.
It keeps happening. It's just gonna keep happening.
It's happening again.
Listen, when George presumably dies next episode, don't talk to me.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm. I don't know if I want to
me.
I don't know if I want to reserve the episode summary for that episode for you in advance, or keep you as far away from it as possible.
No, it's mine. I'm laying claim to it right now. So one of the important things, as we start this episode, one of the important things that we actually didn't talk about last episode was, so Sasaishi and Argo are the first to start a fight in the Battle Royale here, the Battle Royale finale. And they both have a moment before the fight begins where they're like, we are both members of the Shuffle Alliance, and the Devil Gundam, defeating the Devil Gundam is our ultimate goal. But until that happens, we are enemies.
Yeah.
And almost immediately, like, the Devil Gundam shows up and they're like, oh, well, okay.
Well, I gotta put that aside.
Yeah, our fight's done because here it is. Looks like, in the wise words of Roxas, it looks like my summer vacation is over.
I'm always saying this.
So they're like, oh shit, we need to deal with this.
Yeah. The episode starts in the hospital with Dr. Mikamura talking to Kyoji. And he's just acting evil. Just like palms a scalpel right at the start.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure this is like a HIPAA violation.
Yeah, I don't know, Dr. Mikamura, you may not be an actual doctor, you may be like a robotics doctor,
I think that goes against the Hippocratic Oath, my man.
Yeah.
It goes against robot HIPAA, because he's doing it to a robot.
It kind of seems like the first thing you're intending to do is harm.
Yeah.
Do some harm. That's the vow he took.
First do harm.
First do harm, yeah. Kyoji like wants to get up and leave, and Dr. Mikamura stops him, and he's like, he's so fucking like mask off evil. He's like, I'll fix you for good.
And yeah, like his fucking glasses are glaring light like Gendo Ikari, and he's just
exactly
like about to just bring the scalpel down on him with both hands.
Don't get in the robot, Kyoji.
Don't be a robot, Kyoji.
Yeah, and he just says outright, yeah, I need to eliminate anybody who knows the truth about the Dark Gundam.
Yeah, and this is when he's like, blame your father for all of this. It's basically his fault. And this is when Rain finally reveals herself and stops him, and he like kind of falls back. Before we can get any closer here, we cut over. Domon is still fighting Mikolo. Can
I just say, literally everything Mikolo says in this episode is the funniest shit I've ever heard.
Oh my god, no, he knows this is his final episode, so he has to get all of his fucking insanity out. Mikolo
is the absolute funniest character I've ever seen in this episode. He like everything he said. Wasn't able to capture all of it, but like one of my favorite lines from him here is "Up yours, heaven's tornado."
Yeah, Domon's like, why did you sell your soul to the devil? And Miguel's like, so I could defeat you, Mamma Mia! He's Kronos' ancestor.
Literally fucking started the stupid Gundam fight by being like, yeah, this man just assaults civilians. He'll kill a little girl just to get the upper hand in the fight. What do you think, Domon? What the fuck do you think? Like, come on.
I appreciate that Mikolo isn't a complex character. He's just a bad guy.
He's again just like so funny. He's so, like,
I don't like
yours?
you, Domon. Come on.
Up yours?
Yeah. Up yours. Heaven
like,
tornado.
I like the entire, yeah, he's just like spitting curses at Domon. And Domon's like trying to reason at him. He's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
It's so fucking choice. He's just a mean little guy. And
there's so much manic energy. He's like screeching all of these lines. Like, I'm not going to accurately replicate it for listeners because it's bad radio. Mm-hmm. But like, he's
thankfully the dub voice actor is also he's screeching pretty well.
Oh, good. Yeah, Domon tweeted a message to all my haters and like the middle finger going downward, and Mikolo is the one who replies pointing upward and
you're just a little hater, and so
yeah, that's what it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we cut back over again, back at the hospital, and Kyoji's like, "All right, Dr. Mikamura, Rain, let's story time lore dump. Let's go."
Well, Rain's like, "Father, like, why would you do this?" And Kyoji's like, "I can tell you why. Want to hear the tea, girl?"
Let's have a cuppa.
Spill the tea, Kyoji.
And it's literally like, no, Luby and Mikamura, don't actually be evil. You're so sexy, haha, except not really. And it turns out that the simulation that we saw Jomon go through earlier was a huge fabrication. Who could have guessed?
No!
Yeah,
Whoa!
Of how events went down was a huge fabrication. So what actually happened is that before Devil Gundam was called Devil Gundam, it was called Ultimate Gundam. And,
still not a very, like, positive name for such a scary creature.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. But, like, Kyoji and Dr. Kashu developed it together. And Dr. Mikamura found out about it. And in, like, a fit of jealous rage, he essentially, like, set the Neo-Japanese military on them, being like, hey, listen, like, we have this new incredible technology that the Kashus are hoarding to themselves. Get their asses. And
Dr. Kashu, gotta say, pretty quick thinking. As soon as the military comes in, he's like, fuck, Kyoji, you gotta get out of here with the Ultimate Gundam. They're gonna use it for evil. You gotta get out.
Wait, the military using a nuclear-powered machine for evil?
Wow, cool robot.
So also, and this is what fucking... So first of all, very funny that, like, Ulube's been gone for the last, like, I don't know, 8 to 10 episodes? Where the fuck has that fool been, huh?
What's he up to?
So, and also what realized, Gundam does a Gundam thing here, where there's not one Char in this series, but two. Because obviously Schwartz, the real, mask character, blah, 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 reveal, Schwartz is Kyoji. Ulube's was wearing that fucking mask the whole time. And he's the big evil guy, I guess. We got two Chars.
I mean, we'll find out more about Ulube.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think they're gonna do a double cross where Luby's like, actually, I was good. Like, I'm pretty sure Luby's evil, because again, we haven't seen him for a long ass time. I'm sure he's like went to space to do some heinous shit, but I don't know. I like when Gundam does a double Char. They do it again in IBO and probably some other series in between that I haven't seen yet. But yeah, Kyoji runs off. Ulube orders one of the soldiers to shoot at him, and that's when Mrs. Kashu takes the bullet, and we learn, that's why they froze Dr. Kashu to silence him. Why not just kill him? Question mark?
Presumably so they could use him as, like, a bargaining chip with Domon.
Ah, that's true. Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, you got it.
So for Domon, and also I think probably for appearances, maybe?
Yeah, exactly, because it'd be a bad look if QG ran off and was the only survivor and both of his parents were killed.
Yeah.
This is like a Dr. Wily, Dr. Light situation, I think.
Yeah.
And
Dr. Kashu's Dr. Light, and Mikamura is wily and is jealous and evil and turning Dr. Light's creations against himself. Super riding robot.
And at first, Rain is like, I don't believe it. Like, I can't believe my father would do that. And she's like, won't you deny it? He's like, no.
No. I fucking hated that bitch, Dr. Kashu. He was always better than me.
Yeah. And, like, the way it's so, like, it's absolutely mental, because he explains all of it to Rain. He's like, you understand how sympathetic I am, though, right? Because, like, you see how good Dr. Kashu is and why I had to destroy him and his entire family. And Rain's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And Professor Mikamura is like, you're my daughter. You had to sympathize with me. And Rain's like, you just showed your entire ass. I'm not sure why you did that, but you did. So I don't want to hear another word out of your lying whore mouth.
Come on, Rain, come on. He even made fun of the Shining Gundam. Come on, he said that the rage system is stupid. Come on.
He bullied me. He tried to cancel me. He deserves it.
He made the big cool Ultimate Gundam, and he didn't even put my name on there anywhere, even though I didn't work on it.
He said my idea for Gundam cryptocurrency was bad and dumb.
He wouldn't buy my Gundam NFTs.
God. It's fucking, so he's so envious, he's pissed off, and he's like, I wanted those 3, he calls them, like, the Ultimate Gundam's 3 theoretical great abilities, which is, self-recovery, self-multiplication, self-evolution. But, like, he keeps on calling them the 3 theories, which is interesting. I don't know why it's interesting, but it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they called them.
It is because we're the host of the show.
The Dark Gundam.
Fucking true. And like, this is, Rain is, like, breaking down, like, slamming the fucking console that she's next to, like, upon hearing this, and she's realizing, like, Domon and Rain were just being used, and Dr. Mikamura says that he didn't want to involve Rain, but Ulube forced his hand, and I'm asking, how the fuck does Wong play into this? Like, Wong is either working with Ulube, or, like, Wong just found the Devil Gundam?
I literally think he is just kind of going about his own business.
Yeah, I think everyone is in it for themselves, and none of them are accurately judging the strength of the Devil Gundam. I think this is like a tale of 3 hubrises,
Yeah, it's just very funny that Wong found the Devil Gundam and was like, oh, this is gonna fucking whip ass. Come on, Master Asian, let's dig this thing up.
Dude, this thing is sick. Dude. Master, I'm so glad you told me about this, man. I'm so glad.
Yes, Master Asian goes to Wong and is like, yo, you want to see a dead body?
Yo, you want to see something
just like
sick?
A giant Gundam.
Check this shit out.
Prime Minister Wong, I hate you so mad, but your pussy game ridiculous.
To be fair, if I found a giant Gundam, like, rocketed to Earth, I'd, like, grab my friends and be like, yo, check this fucking shit out, dude. Come on. Oh, boy.
Meanwhile, in the fight.
Meanwhile, Domon is getting his ass handed to him on a silver platter.
But luckily, as we've established in the last episode, the answer is love, friends.
Love wins.
I do also want to point out, Mikolo uses a new special move. He uses the Hyper Silver Feet special here.
I love him. He's so absolutely does, bonkers in these episodes. Everything he says is the funniest shit.
He has a move that he always uses called Wind Fire, which is just 2 different elements. Go off, King.
Yeah, no, it's Elemental Hero September, as I said.
And he's also able to fire the feathers out of the Soaring Raven Gundam,
and they like
Kirby.
Yeah, and they completely like form back because again, self healing.
So Argo and Sai Sai Shi have abandoned their fight because, as they both noted at the beginning of it, they are fighting until the Devil Gundam shows up. The Devil Gundam is here, so now they are doing their Shuffle Lines duties.
Friends again.
Argo is the first to sort of intercept as
Mikolo's closing in for the final blow on Domon, the Earth rises up to protect him because Argo used Gaia Crusher to make a little thing around him, a little tent.
As Mikolo is sort of like swooping up from this failed attempt to like dive bomb him, Sai Sai Shi appears above him and like slams several rods through his wings. And he has Mikolo, one of my favorite Mikolo lines from this episode, again, everything he says is hilarious, but one of my favorite lines from this episode, he looks at Sai Sai Shi and he goes, "You little creep!"
Yeah! Also, I think we might have missed,
We did skip a little scene in the hospital where, Kyoji's like, damn, I gotta get better quick, I gotta rejoin the fight. And Rain just has basically a set of jumper cables.
Yeah, just like jam some alligator clips into his gut.
That she's going to use to kickstart his regeneration process.
Kickstart my heart.
She's like, "You sure about this?" And Kyoji's like, yeah, even though it seems cruel, you gotta do it. And she's like, okay. And then she electrocutes him.
Yeah. It's very fucking funny. For a long time, too. But we do see his DG cells healing, so presumably it works.
Yeah.
Just have him eat some batteries. I don't know. I feel like that's an easier way to do it. So yeah, we cut back. After Sai and Argo start fucking up Mikolo, we see the ocean.
Yes.
Nastasha is like floating on a wooden
I'm
plank.
obsessed with her.
Queen of core strength. And we like kind of pan over and we see Han, who's like driving the boat, and Hoi and Min like roll down the ladder to catch her. And turns out the entire boat, just like all of the other Shuffle Line's crew members, of course.
They're like, welcome aboard, Obachan, which means like auntie.
Yeah, she hates
she's
it.
like- she's
her
like-
eye twitches.
Auntie.
Yeah,
It's
they
like being
say,
called ma'am instead of miss.
Yeah, they say old woman in the dub.
That is how it's like translated in the sub as well, but it's just like very fun. It means like auntie, and she's like, Obachan.
Yeah.
So with his boyfriends now backing him up, Domon's like, all right, we got this. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I got this. I'm back in it. I got another Godfinger ready to go. Don't worry about it. And he's like, here we go, Godfinger. And he goes and he Godfingers Mikolo, and he like gets him like right dead center, and Sai and Argo are like, fuck yeah, we do it, until Mikolo slurps his Godfinger like a fine Chianti.
Yeah. And he slurps it, and folks, I guess it's November because this is now red, Mikolo's version.
Yeah, he's turned. I don't get it. He's turned red.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay. He's turned red. I guess that's his own hyper mode. I guess
the devil mode.
Yeah,
It's
devil
mode.
mode.
It's
devil
fucking
mode.
Devil Gene from Tekken, I guess.
Yeah. So, we did also forget to mention before this. Sai, Argo, and Domon all team up to do a triple Gaia Crusher.
Oh, that's true.
To make like a big tunnel all the way to the summit of the mountain that Master Asia's on. And then that's when he uses Burning Finger on Mikolo right after that.
I really like. There is a moment that I wrote down that I really liked. I think Argo says, in like specifically in Japanese, shuffle domen nakamada. So it's like they're nakamas. They're not like they're alliance members, but they're like the bonds that they've grown together. Oh, it's so nice. I love it. It's just very cute.
They do the triple Gaia Crusher after the thing with the Burning Finger. My bad. I was misplaced in my notes. Oops.
Argo does have another very good line here. Before exploding.
all this shit is just good lines.
Yeah, we can talk about the fight. Kyoji takes off to go wherever in the Shadow Gundam. Rain also needs to relay like the truth about Kyoji and the Dark Gundam to Domon, so she takes off.
Yeah,
in the Rising Gundam.
New Gundam just dropped.
Hell
Hey, also,
yeah.
when Kyoji leaves, he does the exact same thing that Domon does to call his Gundam, where he just like yells Gundam and snaps.
Yes.
Yeah,
It just runs in the family, I guess. It's
rules.
very choice. Rising Gundam, and we get the same fucking scene. We get the same scene where it's Rain's face zoomed in, and like part by part, face guard of the Rising Gundam like goes around her head. Oh, it's so fucking
it's
sick.
really sexy. So we have her like usual transformation sequence first, where she's like stretching through the tracer
and she
system.
handles it this time. It's not like oh, she's so hurt by it. No, she's just like, I'm fine.
I mean, it's not like a smooth process for her. Like, she still struggles to get through it, but she's not
she's
being
not in her hands.
She wasn't
crushed
brought to the ground by it.
Yeah, she's not like being crushed by it. And so we have the usual transformation sequence of her going to the tracer sequence, and then yes, we get the head of Rising Gundam surrounding her face, which is always a very sexy look.
It rules.
And
Back to the fight.
Yeah, Saishi and Argo, they send Domon away down the tunnel to go finish this fight. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, very specifically, the triple Gaia Crusher that they did together created this tunnel.
Yes.
That goes all the way from where they are straight to Master Asia.
Yes.
And so they're like, Saishi and Argo are like, get in the robots, Shinji, by which we mean get in the tunnel, Domon. And like, we will take care of it. Like, that is our duty as Shuffle Alliance members. And Domon, like, there's a moment of recognition before Domon goes in tunnel where he's like, you're not gonna make it out of this.
Yeah.
But I have to go.
Yeah, no, they are all understanding here that, like, we're probably gonna die.
Yeah. And he goes. And there are two great lines from both Sai Shi and Argo here that I want to highlight. So the first is, like, immediately they turn back to the fight. And Sai Shi looks over at Argo and goes, "Hey, old man Argo, can you afford to die?"
To which Argo says, "No, I can't. Like, I'm fighting to save my friends."
And then as they draw Mikolo in, Sai Shi sort of, like, pushes him towards Argo. And, like, Sai Shi jumps on Mikolo's back. And Mikolo's like, "Trying to ground me, are you?" And instead, Sai Shi is pushing him towards Argo, who has a
the graviton hammer.
Yeah, a graviton hammer ready to go. And Argo's line here is, "I'm gonna make fried chicken out of ya."
Yes!
Yeah, fucking tremendous.
Yeah, in the dub, he says, "Come here, crazy bird, I'm gonna make fried chicken out of you."
Yeah.
They've both gone hyper mode at this point. Yeah, Saishi uses his ultimate technique to fucking try and ground Mikolo into the graviton
kicks
hammer.
him in the back.
Yeah. Argo wraps the graviton hammer around Mikolo's legs and slams him into the ground. Saisai's still on top of him, gets his spear out, and just fucking drives it right through Mikolo's brain. And you see Mikolo's face shatter open.
Yeah, like, Sai just killed a man. Like, it was justified, but Sai just killed a man.
They super killed this dude.
And
I don't know if he can come back from this one, Scoob.
And then I started crying.
Yeah. And the boys are like, "Oh god," Sai's like, "Not bad, old man." And Argo's like, "You too." And the biggest explosion I've ever seen.
Wait. Argo says, "It's just too bad that we couldn't have a decisive fight."
One-on-one, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, whatever fan subs I was watching are obviously using the exact dub lines. Mm-hmm. So that's an interesting thing that I'm getting.
It's not like the Yu-Gi-Oh situation.
No. But yeah, so Argo's like, "I just wish we could have fought one-on-one." And then they all fucking explode!
This is the biggest explosion I've seen in my life.
It is a gigantic explosion.
And the most dramatic music is playing in the background. It's so fucking sad.
Kayun's fucking prayer beads explode in response.
Yes.
As like an omen, like, "Hey, your son is dead."
This is devastating.
Yeah.
Honestly,
everybody
devastating
on the
to
boat is
watch the
distraught.
prayer
Like,
beads break in his hands.
Yeah. Kayun and Zuisen, they're screaming. Nastasha's screaming. The explosion. They see it, and it's fucking big, dude.
It is. Oh.
And at the other end of the tunnel, Domon finally emerges right in front of Master Asia, but before he can even address Master Asia, he is caught off guard by this explosion, and he turns around, and he is still able to see through the wreckage of flame and smoke, the absolute
Remains.
destruction of all three of these Gundams. And he just turns to Master Asia, and he's like, "I swear I will make you pay for this."
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna kill the Dark Gundam too.
Oh god, he is pissed as hell.
But first, Master says, "Hey, hold on a second. This is a boss rush, and I'm the last one. So you still have one more to fight, dumbass. It's Gentle Chapman. Here he is."
Yahoo!
He's bursting out of a rock.
Yeah, he's like, "Before you fight me, you have to take this one on." It's like just a large rock. Nope, it's Gentle Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
Who bursts out of a rock that Master Gundam just kicks off the hill.
Yeah, it's very funny. So I guess next episode is Grand Gundam.
Yay!
That'll be fun.
Versus, I assume, Maxter and Rose, which is going to
presumably
kill me.
God,
I mean, we've seen 3 of the 4 Heavenly Kings. I know there's a 4th one, because Fun Psyche's the 3rd of the 4th.
I think just Master Gundam is the 4th.
Yeah, Fun Psyche, I believe, is maybe one of them, and then I guess Master's the other one. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Anyway, I can't wait to die watching the next episode.
Oh god, it's gonna fucking...
This whole next set of episodes is gonna kill me dead.
I mean, from here to the end, we're in the end game here, and from here to the end, it's just like...
Yeah, we're on Mr. Kashu's wild ride.
Yeah. Anyways,
Mr. Asia's wild ride.
I called doing the summary for episode 45, next week. I'm just gonna call that one right now.
Cool. All right. Argyle's doing that. Audrey's
at
doing
least
the Torch
44
episode.
for you.
43. Yep, I've got 43. You got 44.
All right. Glad we works out a week in advance.
Well, we need to with my vacation.
Yeah. Audrey's birthday vacation zone. Let's fucking go.
Woo!
Good fucking episodes though. Good lord.
Jesus Christ.
Shall we take it to the close? I don't believe we have a bit this week.
I don't.
Nah.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, it's the whole show is the bit. At this point, when it's the end, it's just like just watch the show. It's really good.
Please do this as a favor for us.
Please do it. It's Audrey's birthday this month. Come on, do it for Audrey. Do it for George. Well, I guess that would leave time for plugs. Audrey.
Yeah, sure. I'm Audrey. It's my birthday. No.
It sure fucking is. Well, this episode will go up the week of your birthday.
Yeah, this will be the episode right before my birthday. But I'm Audrey. You can find me on Tumblr, Twitter at Optimum Prime. You can also find the other podcast that the three of us collectively do together, which is Pot of Greed, a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast, at Pot of Greedcast on Twitter. I don't have any other projects in the making at the moment, but I will probably be starting a podcast very soon with a friend. Both of these, certainly a Pot of Greed. I'm not sure of this show, Nero. That's a Transformers podcast that we're going to do together.
Nice.
And don't have any other projects in the making at the moment, but if you're interested in hearing more from me, you can follow at The Reticulation. That's TheReticulation on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook for updates about a website I'm trying to start with a friend of mine that will uplift and spotlight LGBT voices in the realm of pop culture criticism. Argyle?
I'm Argyle. You can find me on Twitter at Argyle_funk. You can also listen to, Pot of Greed. Did you mention Pot of Greed? You said that one?
I did. It's
Great,
the only
wonderful.
other one I have, and you both have other
Wonderful!
projects.
That means I can talk about KMRO FM, aka Kamarocho Radio. It is a podcast about the Yakuza series of video games that I do with friend of the show, Jordan. It is good. We're taking a little bit of a break between Yakuza's 2 and 3. Perfectly timed, because Jordan has to, it has a number of things that he has to take care of, but we are talking about possibly recording the first episode of Yakuza 3 sometime next week, so it'll be coming back soon. Max?
Hey, I'm Max. You can go to twitter.com/maxibajillion to find me and my tweets. You can go to slappersonlypod.com or slappersonlypod on Twitter to find my other podcast, outside of Pod Agreed, that I do with host of Commercial Radio, Jordan, Video Game Music Showdown podcast. By the time this episode goes up, I believe our episode on Sonic Adventure 2 that we still haven't recorded yet should be up around that time. Tune in for that. I still don't know what the next game is going to be. Jordan will surprise me. It'll be wonderful. You can go to you can go to Wowcool Podcast on Twitter to find this show and our Discord links, which is in the Twitter header and our episode descriptions, and come hang out with us. And you can look at the images I post of my big ass fucking Lego ship in our Gunpla channel, because what is Lego but Danish Gunpla? You can go to noisepace.xyz to find this and all our other podcasts and many, many more. Thank you, Matt GameCube, for running that whole website. And finally, Argyle.
What's up?
I have a Christian for you.
Go ahead.
What's that robot of the week?
My robot of the week is Desperado Barrel Dragon. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Oh, that's the one with the fucking revolvers.
Yes, I mean Barrel Dragon has the revolver, but Desperado Barrel Dragon is like Barrel Dragon, but better. It's a more recent card.
Holy shit. This thing is a lot of metal.
Yeah.
That's usually how robots work, yes.
It looks like it's like covered in spurs and like ninja stars and shit.
It's pretty cool.
Imagine if Sombrero Gundam was cool.
Duh, I wish. Honestly, if you go to the Gundam subreddit, there's a ton of Sombrero Gundam or Tequila Gundam memes right now. Sorry,
that's what I meant. Yeah, Tequila Gundam, Jesus.
Why?
Not any better.
I don't know. You know, I never know how memes on the internet start anymore. That's a part of my life that I've gone too far past. But some of them are sometimes funny. And that'll do it. Thank you all for tuning in. Argyle and Audrey, thank you for helping me around the show for this season. And to close, as we always say, colonialism is bad.
Wow.
Cool robot.
See you next time, Gundam Fighters!
Yar.
See you in the next round, Gundam Fighters.
Subdued. Very nice.
Peach.
Peach.